Okay, so hey guys, I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday so far and is having a great week. Thank you guys for hopping on. I was thinking about rescheduling this today, but I was able to get home to get on here. And I know sometimes evenings work better for some people, but I can't really manage to please everyone. So, mornings are really what works really good for me, I guess. Honestly, by the evening time, my mind is just blank once the kids get home and stuff. So I like to do team calls during the day. Okay, so we're just going to dive right in. I hope you guys have a pen and paper or something to write some stuff down today. Today, I really just wanted to talk a lot about recruiting coaches and give you guys some good tips on how to do that. So, this is a business where we have to be personable. We have to build relationships. We have to talk to people. We have to put ourselves out there, and we have to be willing to, communicate with people. And, sometimes it's your own business. So you have to find your own way and, figure out what works for you. You have to see what other people are doing to be successful and learn what other people are doing. And, there's no better way than to do that than getting on wake-up calls, getting on team calls, doing your own training when you have your free time and things like that. And because there's so many ways that coaches can excel in the business. They just have to find the way that works for them. I see a lot of people come into this business and people that don't really engage with others, and then they wonder why they fell. And so that's just a huge thing about our business, you guys, is us just, being personable and relating to people and talking to people and putting ourselves out there. So here's a couple of pointers that hopefully will help you guys in building a team. And another thing you have to always think about is the things that you're doing in your business when you create a team under you. If they aren't your goals and you're not, like, say, Success Club. We talk about Success Club all the time. So if you aren't hitting Success Club, or you aren't ever selling new programs, or getting people involved in the business, even when you start to duplicate your own team and build your own team, your team is going to do what you do. So that's why it's so important that you have your own goals. When you come into this business, you're starting your own business, and therefore you are a leader. And you have to start learning leadership skills. I mean, I never had leadership skills when I came into this business, but it's something I've had to learn, and all of you do too. So number one is buzzwords. Okay, so buzzwords are just like it sounds. When you're out and about or talking to someone, listen to what people are saying. I see way too many coaches throwing out so much information to people who not only overwhelms them, but it turns off their interest in what they're talking about. So that's something that you really have to, it's our job to listen. First off, listen to other people and listen for those buzzwords when people are talking to you. Like when someone says, I need to lose weight, or I hate my job. I don't know how many times I've just scrolled through my Facebook and I've seen things like that. And those are buzzwords to me, where I think immediately, I have something that can help this person. I have the coach opportunity that I can talk to them about. Ask for their information. You have to, if you're out in person and you hear someone complaining sitting beside you about how much they hate their job, then, you're not going to be able to help them, because you may not ever see them again without getting some type of information from them. And that's why I think it's so important. That is why I have business cards. And I always carry my business cards in my purse at all times, no matter where I am or where I'm going. If we're going to the pool, I have business cards in my bag for the pool, just in case anywhere that I physically am, I know that I might see someone or meet someone, and I need to have that business card. And someone showed me one of my awesome coaches, and I love her to death. she showed me her business card or something that she had made. It was some flyers that she made, and it's a great, great idea. But I had to tell her, you need to do some things different. She had her phone number on there, and I mean, that's great, that's awesome, but think about yourself. How many of you would call someone up and be like, I need to lose weight, I need to make money? You know, you're probably not going to call someone, right? So the best thing, and I've made mistakes too on business cards. I think it was a mistake personally for me to ever put my Beachbody website on a business card. I shouldn't have done that when I started out and I made my first business cards. I should have put my Facebook page where I am sharing my story every single day, and I'm sharing an opportunity with people once a week and all of those things. I should have had that on my business card. So if any of you guys are thinking about making flyers, maybe if you're at these places or events or parking lots or whatever, and you want to put flyers on cards, those are great ideas. But make sure that you have the right information. Think about yourself when you're making those cards or the flyers or whatever you're doing, because you want to think about, what would I do? And personally, I would go and I would follow someone on Facebook or Instagram before I would ever call them. So having things like that are amazing to have when you're out in public, because you can always reach someone, but you just need to make sure you have the right kind of stuff on them. So ask for their email. You can ask for their information. If you don't have business cards yet and you're out today and you notice something, or you hear someone, or you talk to someone, and you don't have that information yet, get their information and send them an email that includes a video or something from you. That, go make a video on YouTube today that explains what you're wanting to talk about. Because sometimes when we talk about Beachbody and the coaching opportunity, or we talk about, a challenge group or whatever, I know that I used to sit there and I would write so much stuff and I would send it to someone, and then they would never respond back to me. And you guys, when I think about that now, I think about when people send me these long messages on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, I do not, when you just automatically, when you see that on Facebook, you don't want to read it because it looks like so much on a Facebook message. And so having just a short, like a link for a video where you can, I'm starting to want to have all different video links that I can send someone. I want to send video links when they need to sign up as a coach, telling them how they needed to get a challenge pack and what challenge packs we have and all of those things. Those are so good to have. So someone can just use, 1 or 2 minutes of their day versus reading a whole page of your information. So that's number 1, buzzwords, and just listening to people, okay? Number 2 is sell the business first, okay? So you're out and you're wearing your Beachbody logo shirt. You've got a shirt that says P90X or PIO or whatever it may be, and someone asks you about it. And immediately, you love this program, so that's why you have the shirt. Maybe you've gotten the free shirt, or you've bought shirts, or whatever it's been. Maybe you've won some from Success Club, and you're wearing this shirt because you love it. I don't wear shirts unless I love it. And so you immediately start telling people about PIO if you've got your PIO shirt on, and how it's the best workout you've ever done, and how it changed your life and it got you into health and fitness and it made you lose 20 pounds or whatever it may be. And you're telling them all these things and the results that you've had. And now you're talking to someone, and maybe they could be a retail customer, right? But what if you had talked about the business first? Talk about the business first. If you had to mention the business first, like, just do that first and see what they say, because you're presenting an opportunity to them that could change their life. And signing up with a challenge pack is already what you're talking about, and that can give them their free into coaching sign up for the $40 to be waived. And what's the worst they can say? No, I'm not ready for that, but I'll still be a retail customer. So at least you've presented the business and you've planted that seed in their mind to let them know that you think they could be a great coach. And even if it's not their time, that's totally fine. And they can still be, then you can talk about the retail part of it. Okay, sign up to be a customer. I have a ton of people that I'll invite to be a coach, and they'll be like, no, I'm not ready for that. And, you know, because in my mind, I'm thinking, what? You don't want to save money? Like, I'm like, but some people don't understand that at first. So if you feel someone doesn't understand that, then just let them do what they're comfortable with. Don't push it on them, because when you push something on someone, they're going to stop messaging you, and they're going to stop talking to you, and they're going to feel like you're trying to get something out of it yourself, when you always want to be presenting that you're trying to do something for them. So if someone seems more comfortable with just signing up as a customer, then let them do that. And then later on, you can talk about, you can rock out that challenge group that they're in, and you can help them see value in this, in what we do as coaches. And then you can present the coaching opportunity again to them. So number 3, so that was number 2, sell the business first. Number 3 is shake and share. And another thing about number 2, I'll just add on, you guys, is in my experience, I wish I had have always sold the business first, because I can't tell you guys how many people, because you're not going to have 1,000 people throughout your business when you look back on it. You're not going to have throughout the whole year. You're not going to have 50 people that stay on Shakeology Home Direct. Okay, because Shakeology that's an expense to people, and when they look at that, even if they see value in it, it's still something that comes out monthly out of their account. And if they're, you know, paying that $130 or whatever, you know, you could have had them on it longer if you had presented the business first. So that's just something to think about too. I wish I had done that more when I first became a coach. So number 3 is a shake and share. Okay, if you're even thinking about, you know, running this business, which all of you are, you need to think about Shakeology and what a big business builder Shakeology is for our business. So let's see. Okay, so shake and shares, they're super easy, you guys. And if you guys, I know a lot of people ask me, and they're like, how did you get, you know, the tablecloth that I had for the, so I didn't do a shake and share because we were going to, but it was my first time and I didn't have everything I needed, and it was a vendor event, which I also will throw that in, shake and share or a vendor event. If you don't have Shakeology, then that's okay. But get out in your community and buy one of these tables, you guys, and have people, because when you find these vendor events where all these people are coming through and they're walking and they're talking, and it is just like, at first I was so I've never done it before because I was so nervous to do it. But once I started, I mean, I have this amazing thing to talk about, and I can't believe that I've never done it sooner, because once you get comfortable and you have these pictures of you and of your friend and of all these, you know, maybe your clients or whatever it may be, these before and afters and things to talk about the coach opportunity, and you know the value in it, when you start talking to people, people are going to see your excitement, and they're going to see that you know there's value in this business. And then you're just going to feel like, oh my gosh, like you've talked to 3 or 4 people, and you're going to have 5 and 6 and more come through, and then you're going to feel like you're going to get so much more comfortable with it. I know so many people are so nervous to do them, but you get more comfortable with it as soon as you start. You smile and you show your awesome personality, and you show people the value, and more people are going to be excited to come to your table and see what it's all about. And I think having Shakeology, it's so easy. You can go to, like, you know, your local party store or wherever and get some little cups, and you don't even have to use that much of your own Shakeology to make a ton of little samples of Shakeology. So that's where the shake and share comes in. And I plan, just to tell you guys, if any of you are thinking about doing this, which I totally think you should, is I plan the next time that I do it, I plan to have Shakeology, and then I plan to have, I'm already stocking up on Shakeology samples. So right now I have plenty of Shakeology at home for me. So my next couple of orders this month that I'm getting are going to be all sample boxes, because I'm going to have, at my shake and share, I'm going to have 5 for $30. I'm going to print out meal plans, and I'm going to try to buy some shaker cups, from Shakeology shaker cups. and I'm going to have the samples down in them, and then I'm going to have a meal plan for them too. So I'm going to sell it for $30, and $30, that's nothing. People, it's like what I'm doing it at, it's like a flea market that we have, right? So people are going to have money on them. And, you know, so hopefully they'll just come through, they'll buy a sample packet, 5 days, they're going to get a clean eating meal plan. How awesome does that sound? I mean, already printed out for them and everything. I would have bought that if I had ever seen it. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So maybe you guys can do that too. And then having Shakeology right there for them to taste already, so that takes out the, oh my gosh, I don't know if I like this, I've heard about this, blah, 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 blah. Does it taste chalky, all those questions people ask. So it's right there already for them to try. So then they can buy it right after they try it. So that's a great, I mean, and that's a great idea. And then they're going to remember your personality. They're going to remember who you are. And then that will make it just irrelevant to be following any other Beachbody coaches on their Facebook or wherever they've heard about Beachbody before. The fact that they saw you in person, that is going to make such a difference in their mind when they decide to do this. And then be sure to hand them that card. Make sure every person that walks by you has that card so that they can come and follow you. It's not about, someone asked me the other day, how much money did you make from it? That's not what you're doing it for. You're not doing it to make money. You're doing it to put yourself out there, and you're doing it, you're not, someone asked me, did you sell any challenge packs? No, I'm not going to try to sell any challenge packs while I'm standing at a table. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about what has, you know, came into my life from this business. I'm going to talk about how awesome it is and how exciting it is. You don't have enough time to say, here's my link, and here's this, and here's this, and here's this. You don't have enough time for all that. You're giving someone the idea, and you're planting a seed in their mind so that they can come back and follow you with that card and want to get to know you better. Because everybody's time, you're not a salesperson. You're not at that table to make a sell or to sell a challenge pack. That's not what you're there for. You're there to get to know people, and there's no better way than in person. So, and a lot of you that are military spouses, you probably have that option. And I know some of you, even in towns and stuff, they have expos and things like that. I mean, it's so worth it to do those, you guys. And if you're ever nervous about it, try to get someone near you to do it with you on our team or something. Okay, number 4, product of the product. My favorite. I'm all about being a product of the product, you guys. It's one of the most overlooked steps of being a Beachbody coach. I mean, it really is. Everything that you do in using these products, you have something to talk about with it. And it's not so much about just taking a picture of Shakeology and saying, I love this stuff and blah, blah, blah. It's like you showing your happy face and your happy life and how this stuff is giving you energy, and how this superfood, that's what I like to call it more than just saying Shakeology, because people will be like, oh, another Shakeology post, you know? They don't want to see that. Talk about this superfood that you're drinking, and it makes you feel so good, and it makes you have energy that you've never had before, and it's making you lose weight. I can't tell you guys how amazing Shakeology is. I literally, I love myself for everything I've done in my weight loss journey, but I honestly don't think I would be where I am today without Shakeology, because every single day that I've woken up the last couple of years, I drink Shakeology, and it helps to curb my cravings. It helps to make me, it just makes my mindset want to do better the rest of the day, because I know I've already had this healthy breakfast for the start of my day. And like you guys probably saw Heather's transformation just with Shakeology last night. She hasn't even been doing a program, and she lost 30 pounds. So, and that was the start. Shakeology was really the start for me of seeing weight loss start really dropping. I was doing Insanity before I was even drinking Shakeology, and I lost a little bit, but there was a time there I wasn't losing anything until I started drinking Shakeology, because my body just needed more vitamins and nutrients and things that I wasn't giving myself. So being a product of the product, you guys, that simply means using the products. I mean, don't overcomplicate it. Use your Shakeology, use your fitness program, use your portion control containers. Just give it that 2 weeks. Give it 1 week if you can't commit to those, 21-day fix it or whatever country heat. If you can't commit to the whole time of using portion control containers, if that scares you, use it for 5 days. Use it for 3 days and see what it can do for you, just so you have your story inside of you to be able to tell other people. So do your workouts and make yourself feel better, because that's what's going to make other people see it in you. Okay. Okay, number 5 is third-party tools. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about the tablecloth. You guys have everything on your Coach Online Office. You have business tools. So if you go to your business tools, you can print stuff like that, or you can have someone make you a, what was it, Felicia? It was like what was it? Felicia printed, she had some.
She does like the stickers, like the ones that you, sorry, my kid's screaming. But she does like the stickers, and she was able to blow it up, and then it was like an iron-on type one. She ironed it onto the tablecloth.
How did you find her, Felicia? Can you talk?
Oh yeah, she actually works with my husband. But you can find people that do stuff like that on Etsy. I know I've seen them on there. Like any of the ones that make the stuff that goes on like the shaker bottles or whatever, those type of stickers, they should be able to do it.
And maybe like even screen printing companies, I would think that they probably can do anything like that for you guys. And it's really not a huge cost. Like it's not a lot of money or anything, just to have those things, type of things printed up big. And so Felicia, for the tablecloths she got us, she paid the lady to print them, and then she went and got tablecloths, and then the lady ironed them on, and that's it. So it was just, it wasn't a big expense or anything like that. And another thing is like third-party tools. They're not just on our online office and things that we can print and things that we can use and videos that we can use and all these things. But there's everything on your Coach Online Office that can help you be successful in this business. Some people get overwhelmed in all of our Facebook groups and things like that. And I know that maybe visual of Facebook group, when I add you to a Facebook group, like a Push to Emerald group, and I say, okay, go through this group and do all of this, do each thing that it says. It sounds easy to me, but maybe to people that are just coming into the business, it may not be quite as easy. So maybe you can go on your Coach Online Office and you can just get a laid out, exactly step by step what to do. And if we have websites too, I made a website one time. It didn't seem to be what my coaches wanted to do, was go use the website. But we do have websites. Jen has a website, Angelica has a website, I have a website, if anyone would rather ever look on websites. So use your third-party tools, and that's with training, that's with the tools that you can print off, that's with video links that are already made for you. If you haven't made them yet yourself, then go ahead and use other people's, or ask someone where you can find them, or whatever it may be. Look at your Coach Online Office. I think so many people go through this business. I'll say this because I was one of those people. I went through my business for almost 2 years, and I never looked at all the tools we had on the Coach Online Office. Like, I don't know, no one ever told me about it. I thought it was all just Facebook groups, and I just never looked around on my Coach Online Office because I didn't even have a computer for like 2 years of my business. So I was just on my phone all the time trying to, zoom in and see things. So we have so many tools out there that we can use. Another thing I just wanted to talk about with you guys was about challenge groups. You guys that are hitting Success Club, and I'm not saying just people that sell challenge packs. You guys, I still have people that just buy fitness programs sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But once they bought that fitness program from you, you need to make sure that somehow they're seeing the value in Shakeology and what other people's results are becoming in using Shakeology and a fitness program. Because eventually, I don't know how many times that will turn into someone maybe just didn't have the money for the challenge pack, but they wanted it. And once you keep planting those seeds and making sure that they see that, they might come back to you and ask to be a coach for the discount or get a challenge pack later on because they're just not being successful in their journey without Shakeology. And so, I mean, sometimes that happens, you guys. And I think it's really, really important. Okay, so something that some of my coaches have been talking about is having smaller challenge groups. And that's really successful for some people. Okay, so our team challenge groups are for everyone. And I know that sometimes coming into this business, you might feel overwhelmed with all the training you have and all these things, because that's how I came into the business. I came into the business and I felt overwhelmed with everything I was needing, felt like I was needing to do, but I was getting customers before I really knew how to handle customers and what to do with them and all of these things. So I used our team challenge groups because that was what I had, and I didn't have the time really to put a ton into the business yet because it wasn't my goal at that point in my life. But I was getting these people and I knew that I needed to have them something. So that's why I will always have the team challenge groups for everyone. But if you have been using team challenge groups and it's just not really working for you and you're not really, connecting with people on a deeper level and you're not really engaging with the person and maybe having the potential to change them into a coach, and you've already seen that because maybe the challenge group's too big and you get lost and you don't always see their posts or whatever it may be, you might want to think about running your own challenge groups. And guys, there's nothing wrong. One thing that Lauren pointed out was she was going to start running smaller challenge groups every month. And then once they've completed a certain amount of days in that challenge group, then they'll be moved over to a bigger challenge group. So that's my thing, is always give those people something that will give them, motivation and everything else. I saw someone post in our summer challenge group last night, and it's a girl that I think she bought a challenge pack from me like in January, and she posted last night saying how she was finally ready to start doing this. So you guys, that was a long time ago. That was half a year ago away. But I never want to take that option from people. You always want, so I think what Lauren's saying about, if you're doing a 30-day, run a 30-day challenge. And this is another thing, you guys, get organized in this business. Focus on, week 1 of the month. And you have to do this about what works for you, because what works for me may not work for you. You need to get focused and organized and say, the first week of the month, I'm going to post about a free group, and I'm going to run a free group. And the second week of the month, I'm going to talk, or during the end of the first week of the month, I'm going to be talking about my new challenge group that's going to start in the middle of the month. And that's going to run for however long it's going to run for. You don't always have to be doing the same program that you're promoting about, but you always need to be promoting about another challenge group. So like for me, for example, I'm posting about a new challenge group every 2 weeks. I've always done that, every 2 weeks. And I don't have to overwhelm myself. I don't have to go and start a whole new challenge group. I don't have to go start a new program. I don't have to wait for my upline to run a free group. If I'm needing a free group, then I'm going to run a free group, just like you guys should, so that you can get those people. And you have to get your own schedule down, along with being a part of the things that I run too. So if you want that and if you need that, this is how you're going to be successful, is getting your own organized monthly schedule down, where you know what you're posting about, you're doing these groups, and then you find a way that works for you and how you're going to bring those people in when they come. So another thing, I know some people, they're like, oh, what if I only have 2 or 3 people, or 3 or 5 people at the most that run a challenge group that want to buy the challenge pack and do it with me next month. That's totally fine, you guys. If you only have a couple of people, don't feel like that's not enough people or anything like that. That was a big thing for me. I never wanted to have just a little tiny challenge group. But Lauren, for example, her first challenge group had 5 people, and out of the 5 people, 1 person joined as a coach that's a working coach now. Okay, so if you give, and that's a pretty normal ratio of how many people, because you want to hit Success Club 5, And so you're getting at least 3 to 5 people into your challenge group every single month, new people. And then you work with those people for a month and you help them see results, you help them make changes, and then you talk to them about being coaches. So some of your best coaches are going to come from challenge groups that you run and you put your heart into, and you show that you are, what you're doing in this business. Because if people don't see what you're doing in this business, why would they want to join you? Why would they, when they see you, are they saying, I wish I could be like her? This is another thing. Every month, on something that I made a priority in my business was to hit Success Club 10 every month. When I started, the first time I hit Success Club 10, I said I'm going to do it every month from now on. I didn't do that for recognition at Summit or recognition from Beachbody. I did that because every single month I wanted my name to be tagged on Facebook so people could see that I was running this business well. And when people saw that in me, they wouldn't go to someone else. If they saw that I was on those boards and I was advancing in rank and things like that, then, those are big goals, you guys, that you really have to get on. It's not me trying to push you to emerald rank. It's not me trying to push you to diamond. It's not your upline trying to force you into this. It's your business that's gonna look better, and we know that because we've done it. So if you have that emerald rank and you're being tagged in little pictures, it may not seem like a big deal, but how many businesses or organizations or whatever are being shouted out and saying great job and amazing work and I see amazing things in you and you're such an inspiration and you're building this business and you're doing a great job. You need to want those things for your social media to see, because it's a big part of your business. Getting to Super Saturdays, it's not me pushing you. It's you that has this business that you need to want to excel in. You need to want to do better in. You need to want those shout outs, and you need to want to get to places to meet these people and to take pictures with these people and to see things so that other people are always watching you. The people on your social media are watching you. So what are they seeing? That's what you need to think about. It's not about me. It's not about someone next to you that you see is you think they're doing better and you're upset about that. It's not about that. It's about you, how you feel, and how you're showing that to other people. So let me think. Let me look at my notes and see if there's anything else. And sprinkling the post about being a coach and what the coach opportunity is doing for you. You can always be sprinkling those posts all over and planting those seeds. Whether it's, a trip to Target that you've made. I used to make I remember when my checks were like $20 or $30, or I would hit like Success Club 20 and they'd be like 50 or whatever it may be. I remember when I started as a coach, I just wanted to make money. And I was like, well, Success Club is helping me make money, and I'm not having to do a lot with this coaching thing because I'm not comfortable with that yet. But I was like, still, just selling stuff is helping me make money. And a huge way for me to make some extra money was signing up 5 coaches with challenge packs to get an extra $100, because you get a bonus of $100 when you sign up 5 coaches with challenge packs. So that's what I was talking about it to everybody, because I was like, you can get a discount on these shakes. You see that they're making me lose weight. You can lose weight, all these things. You can get a discount, sign up as a discount coach, whatever. And ultimately, that didn't help me make money from the coach opportunity. So that's kind of not what I want to teach you guys to do. But, it is something that can help you make money if you want to make money. So you just have to find out what you're good at and what you're comfortable with, and you got to just do it. That's the hardest part, is just doing it, right? That was always the hardest part for me, was writing names down, focusing on who I was talking to, taking the time to, screenshot someone's name if I was out and about, and I was thinking, this person could be a good coach. I need to be talking to her. I need to be following her. I need to get in a relationship with her where she sees me and she sees what I'm doing. And I need to have her name down. So I've got to screenshot that when I'm out, and I got to get home and I got to write that name down. Or if you're doing, if you're doing online systems or whatever it may be, You guys just have to do the work. And I know that that's the hardest part. We're all busy, but when you want something, you're going to make the time for it and you're going to excel at it. The more that you learn about it and the better you get at it, and you're only going to get better at it by doing it. So we have 2 minutes left. Does anyone want to ask any questions? You can unmute your line if anyone has anything to say or has any questions about what I just talked about or anything like that.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
One of the girls that I added as a discount coach, she didn't want to coach, but she messaged me last night and she's thinking about trying it.
Oh,
Can I add her into the group, or do I need to wait till the 12th?
You can add her. Which group are you talking about?
That Glimpse into Coaching, is that the one I need to put her in?
Oh, yeah. Well, so what I would probably do if she's thinking about being a coach, yeah, I would put her into the Glimpse. So if you put her into it now, then she could go ahead and read the posts that are already there.
Okay.
But if you think that would be the way, or you could wait until the 12th when we do the live videos, and if you think that might be better for her.
Okay, well, I'll check with her and see what she wants to do, because I think she'll do really good ones.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What about for someone who is in my situation where it's technically illegal for me to have my Shakeology shipped to Germany, so I can't do vendor events or anything like that. And I found that being 6 hours ahead of everyone East Coast has kind of hindered me, because I'm not posting around the same times, because I'm not usually awake when everyone stateside is awake.
Tabitha, I've never looked into a lot about when coaches are overseas and things like that, so I can't give you a ton of tips on that right now. I mean, I've thought about it for myself and what I would do if I was in that situation and we moved. But what I would probably really dig into is Tara Carr and what she used to do when she lived in Japan. Because she was like a newer coach when she lived in Japan, and I'm pretty sure they had those same kind of rules and stuff. And if I were you, I would be trying to find out. I would be looking at her old YouTube videos and things like that, because she really rocked the business, even being there and getting coaches and things like that from just the military perspective. And so that's something you can do while you're there too. Oh, stop.
Are we going to get back on, Sarah?
Yeah, we can.
Because it's about to end.
Yeah, we have less than 1 minute. So yeah, we're about to cut off, guys, but we can turn this on again. But then Tabitha, are you saying like you're really looking at people that are still in the States?
Yeah, because like I said, my mom